Alex walked through the crowded halls of Riverside High, trying to stay unnoticed. He was not the most popular student, nor the smartest, but he liked to think of himself as someone who observed everything. He noticed patterns, small details that others missed, and often wondered about the world beyond the ordinary. Today, like every other day, his eyes wandered, and his gaze inevitably landed on Mira. Mira. She was the kind of girl who could stop a conversation mid-sentence, not because she was rude, but because she had an aura of mystery that made people pause. She was beautiful, of course, tall, with striking silver hair that shimmered in the sunlight and eyes that were dark yet seemed to glow faintly when she caught the light just right. But it was not only her beauty that drew attention. There was something alien about her, something unplaceable that made people both curious and wary. Alex had tried speaking to her a few times in the past year, but she always ignored him. Not in an obvious mean way, but in a subtle manner that made it clear she did not see him as worth her attention. At first, Alex had been hurt, rejected, confused, but over time he became fascinated instead. Why did she ignore him? Was it because she was different from everyone else? Or was it because she didn't want anyone to see her true self? In class, Alex sat at his usual spot by the window. His notebook was open, filled with sketches and notes that often had nothing to do with the lesson. His teacher, Mrs. Hardy, was talking about algebra, but Alex's attention was elsewhere. He was watching Mira across the room, sitting at the back, her notebook closed, her pen idle. She stared out the window as if listening to something that no one else could hear. The bell rang, signaling the end of the class, and students rushed out. Alex lingered for a moment, gathering his courage. Today, he decided he would at least say hello to her. It wasn't much, but it was a start. He walked toward her desk, but when he got close, Mira's head tilted slightly, and her eyes briefly met his. In that moment, he felt something strange, a chill that ran down his spine, though it wasn't cold. Her gaze was not cold or harsh, it was calculating, as if she was studying him, weighing him, deciding something he couldn't understand. "Hi," Alex said, trying to keep his voice steady. Mira blinked slowly, then turned her attention back to the window without saying a word. Her hair caught the sunlight, making it look like silver threads dancing in the air. Alex felt a pang of disappointment, but also a strange thrill. He had expected rejection, but there was something more here, something unspoken. Over the next few days, Alex observed Mira more closely. She never spoke to anyone at school. Other students whispered about her, creating rumors and stories that grew more elaborate every week. Some said she was from a rich family overseas. Others claimed she was just shy. But Alex noticed things they didn't. Sometimes animals acted strangely around her. Birds would land near her feet without fear, and cats would brush against her legs, purring as if she were one of them. One afternoon, he saw a small dog approach her in the park after school. Instead of barking or running away, it stopped, stared at her, and then sat quietly beside her. Mira didn't touch the dog, didn't speak to it, yet it remained calm. Then there were the nights. Alex didn't see this often, but once, while leaving the library late, he caught a glimpse of her walking home alone. The streetlights flickered as she passed, and shadows seemed to cling to her, moving unnaturally. He rubbed his eyes, thinking he had imagined it. But he couldn't shake the feeling that Mira was not an ordinary girl. Curiosity became obsession. Alex began reading about myths, legends, and science fiction in search of answers. He discovered stories of creatures from distant planets, beings with advanced abilities, and myths about vampires, not the scary, human-draining monsters of folklore, but intelligent, enigmatic entities capable of extraordinary feats. One afternoon, Alex was sitting under a tree in the schoolyard, sketching a diagram of energy flow in animals, when he noticed Mira watching him from a distance. She didn't approach. She didn't speak. But she was there, quiet and still, her silver hair glinting in the sunlight. Alex felt a strange warmth in his chest, part excitement, part fear. He wondered if she was aware of him studying her, or if she simply observed everything, silently judging the world. That evening, as Alex walked home, he replayed the day in his mind. He thought about how Mira seemed completely untouchable, how ordinary humans could never reach her. And yet, he felt an undeniable pull, a desire to understand her, to connect with her, even if only in the smallest way. Weeks passed, and Alex's fascination deepened. He noticed patterns in her behavior, She avoided large groups of students, walked with a quiet purpose, and often stared at the sky, as if listening to distant stars. Sometimes he thought he saw her moving faster than normal, or appearing somewhere without him seeing how she got there. It was subtle, but it was there. One rainy afternoon, the school held an indoor assembly. Alex found himself seated near the back, and Mira sat several rows ahead. As the principal droned on about school rules, Alex noticed something unusual. Mira's eyes glowed faintly, a soft light that seemed to pulse with the rhythm of her heartbeat. It lasted only a few seconds before returning to normal, but Alex had seen it. He wasn't sure if it was real or just his imagination. After the assembly, as students filed out, Alex followed at a distance. Mira walked through empty corridors with effortless grace as if she owned the space. He tried to think logically. Maybe she's just different. Maybe she's special, he muttered to himself. The thought didn't feel strange. It felt obvious. She wasn't like the rest of them. That night, Alex stayed up late, researching more about alien life forms and vampires from fiction and mythology. He created charts, timelines, and theories. The more he learned, the more plausible it seemed that Mira could be something extraordinary. A being from another world, studying humans, observing them quietly, and hiding in plain sight. As he drifted off to sleep, Alex's last thought was about courage. If he wanted to know the truth about Mira, he would need more than curiosity. He would need bravery, the kind of bravery that humans were capable of in small, quiet ways every day. He reminded himself that humans might be ordinary in appearance, but their minds, their creativity, and their determination could achieve extraordinary things. Unbeknownst to Alex, Mira was aware of his fascination. From the shadows outside his window, she watched him work late into the night, curious about this human who did not simply ignore her or fear her. There was something different about him, something that intrigued her. In her long existence, she had seen countless humans, most of whom were either afraid or oblivious. Alex was neither, and so the stage was set. Two beings, from very different worlds, observing each other silently, unaware that the universe was about to bring them together in ways neither could have imagined. Alex, the ordinary human with extraordinary curiosity, and Mira, the alien vampire hiding among humans, were on the brink of a meeting that would change both their lives forever. For now, however, school continued, and life remained as normal as it could for a boy who was slowly realizing that some mysteries could not be ignored, and some beings were far more fascinating than any lesson in a classroom. Alex was sitting at his desk, finishing homework, when a soft knock echoed from his front door. He froze. It was late, well past the usual time anyone visited. His heart raced as he cautiously walked to the door. Peeking through the window, he saw her, Mira, the same girl who ignored him at school, now standing in the cool night air, her silver hair glinting under the porch light. But tonight she looked different. Her eyes seemed brighter, almost glowing, and the air around her shimmered faintly. Alex blinked, unsure if his eyes were playing tricks on him. He opened the door slowly. "Mira?" he asked, trying to keep his voice steady. She nodded slightly, her gaze calm but intense. "May I come in?" she asked, her voice soft and melodic, almost musical. There was no hint of the aloofness she showed at school, only seriousness. Alex stepped aside. "Of course." Mira entered his small living room, her presence filling the space without any effort. She didn't sit, just stood quietly, observing the room. Alex felt both nervous and excited. He had always wondered what she was truly like outside of school, and now he was about to find out. I didn't expect you to come here," Alex said, trying to make conversation. "I didn't plan to," Mira replied honestly. "But I need something, and I think you can help me." Her eyes softened slightly. A small bite of energy. "It won't harm you. I just need it to survive for a little while." Alex's mind raced. "A bite? Energy? What do you mean?" Mira hesitated, then placed a hand over her chest. A faint glow appeared beneath her palm. "Humans have energy that can sustain beings like me. It's not blood as you know it, it's life force. A tiny amount and it won't hurt you. I promise." Alex stared, unsure how to respond. Everything he had read in books and online about aliens and vampires seemed suddenly real, standing in his living room. He took a deep breath. "If it's safe, I'll help." Mira smiled faintly, almost for the first time. She reached out and gently touched his arm. Alex felt a strange warmth spread from the point of contact. It was brief but powerful, a tiny surge of energy flowing from him to her. Mira closed her eyes, absorbing it, and then stepped back. "Thank you," she said simply. "That was enough for now. You are stronger than most humans I have encountered." Alex felt a mix of pride and confusion. "Stronger? I didn't do anything special." "You did," Mira replied. "You offered trust. You didn't run, you didn't scream. You allowed me to take what I needed without fear. That is strength humans often do not realize they have." Alex swallowed. Mira's words felt important, like she was revealing a secret about the human potential he had always believed in. He realized she was right. Humans might seem ordinary, but their courage, intelligence, and compassion made them extraordinary, sometimes in ways that even alien beings could not fully understand. They stood in silence for a moment, the room quiet except for the soft hum of the lights. Then Mira spoke again. "There is more to my presence here than a simple visit. My kind, we are being hunted, not by humans, but by others from my planet. They do not understand Earth, and they see it as expendable. If they discover me or the humans helping me, it could be dangerous." Alex's heart pounded. "Hunted by aliens?" "Yes," Mira confirmed. "And it is not safe here for me alone. But with your help, we might survive." Alex felt a surge of determination. "Then we'll figure it out together." "You're not alone. I'll help you." Mira's eyes widened slightly, a flicker of surprise passing through her features. You truly mean that?" "Yes," Alex said firmly. "I don't know everything about you, but I do know this. I won't just stand by. If you're in danger, I'll find a way to help." For the first time, Mira's usual aloofness softened completely. She studied Alex as if seeing him in a new light. Then she nodded, a small gesture of trust. "Very well," she said. "We start now." The next few days were a whirlwind. Mira stayed mostly at Alex's house, hidden from the outside world. She told him more about her life, how she came from a distant star system, how her species had abilities humans could only dream of, and how they were targeted by rival factions that did not tolerate weakness or compassion. Alex listened, fascinated. He asked questions and Mira answered with patience, although she remained cautious. She showed him subtle demonstrations of her powers, moving objects without touching them, sensing energy in ways that defied human logic, and disappearing for brief moments only to reappear silently behind him. Despite her abilities, Mira struggled to adjust to Earth. She was unused to human food, human schedules, and human rules. Alex found himself explaining simple things like why the sun rose every morning, why people slept at night, and why humans had a strange mix of fear and curiosity about the unknown. Mira listened, absorbing everything as if learning from him was as important as her own survival. One evening, Alex and Mira were sitting on the rooftop of his house, looking at the night sky. Stars stretched endlessly in all directions, and the city below twinkled with lights. "Your world. It is beautiful," Mira said softly, her voice carrying wonder. "I have seen many planets, many civilizations, but there is something about humans. Something I did not expect." Alex tilted his head. "What do you mean?" Mira paused, choosing her words carefully. "Humans are fragile. You live short lives compared to my kind. Yet you create, explore, and adapt in ways that even advanced beings struggle to do. You are unpredictable, resourceful, and resilient. That is why I am here with you. I see potential in your species that others dismiss." Alex felt a surge of pride. Mira's words confirmed what he had always believed. Humans were more than ordinary. They were capable of greatness, especially when courage and ingenuity were combined. Suddenly, Mira's expression changed. She stiffened, her glowing eyes scanning the horizon. Alex followed her gaze but saw nothing unusual at first. Then he noticed a shadow moving in the distance. A figure gliding silently across the rooftops, approaching faster than any human could run. "They are here," Mira whispered, a note of urgency in her voice. "The hunters. They have found my presence." Alex's heart raced. "What do we do?" Mira stood, her body radiating a faint glow of energy. "We defend, but we must be clever. They underestimate humans, which works in our favor. You will need to use your mind, your creativity. I can fight, but your strength is different. You will surprise them." Alex nodded, feeling a mix of fear and excitement. He realized this was the moment that would define both of them, the human and the alien, working together against a threat neither could face alone. The first hunter appeared on the street below, moving with eerie precision. Mira leapt silently, intercepting the intruder with speed that made Alex's head spin. She moved gracefully, striking without hesitation, yet she didn't kill. Instead, she incapacitated, showing restraint and control. Alex watched closely. He noticed the pattern in the hunters' movements, the rhythm of their attacks, and the way they relied on brute strength. He quickly formulated a plan, using his knowledge of the city and human technology. He grabbed flashlights, wires, and some old mirrors from the garage. "Mira, stand back!" he shouted. Using his devices, he created a series of reflections and light bursts that confused the hunters. They hesitated, blinded by the sudden and unexpected human trick. Mira smiled faintly. "Clever," she said, dodging another attack. Humans are indeed unpredictable. Together, they worked as a team. Mira used her abilities to fight while Alex used his ingenuity to set traps, redirect energy, and exploit weaknesses. The hunters, though powerful, were disoriented by the combination of human creativity and alien strength. After what felt like hours, but was only minutes, the last hunter retreated, vanishing into the night sky. Mira's breathing was steady, but her eyes reflected relief and admiration. "You see?" she said, turning to Alex. "Humans are more than they appear. You, Alex, have shown me the true strength of your kind. Courage, quick thinking, and heart. That is what makes you extraordinary." Alex smiled, feeling a mix of pride and exhaustion. He realized something important. Bravery was not about physical strength alone. It was about creativity, adaptability, and the willingness to stand for something greater than oneself. Mira looked at him with a faint, genuine smile. The first real smile he had ever seen on her. "I may have been wrong to ignore you at school," she said softly. "You are remarkable, and now we will face the challenges ahead together." Alex nodded, understanding that his life had changed forever. Mira was no longer just a mysterious girl from school. She was an alien being, a survivor, and now his ally. Together, they had faced danger and discovered the unexpected power of human ingenuity. As the city lights flickered below them and the stars shone above, Alex knew this was only the beginning. The universe was vast, filled with mysteries and threats, but humans, his kind, were capable of facing them. And with Mira by his side, he felt ready for whatever came next. The morning sun barely broke through the clouds when Alex woke. Last night's events raced through his mind. Mira, her powers, the hunters that had appeared from nowhere. He sat up, rubbing his eyes, realizing that his life had shifted from ordinary school days to something extraordinary. The quiet strength of humans, he realized, would soon be tested in ways he had never imagined. Mira was already awake, sitting at the kitchen table. She seemed calm, though her glowing eyes hinted at alertness. "We need a plan," she said softly. "The hunters will return, and next time they may not retreat so easily." Alex nodded, his mind already turning over possibilities. "We need to use what we know about the city. Humans can create traps, use the environment, and think unpredictably. They won't expect us to fight back this way." Mira studied him carefully. "Your species, you underestimate your own power. You rely on creativity, unpredictability, and the will to survive. These are qualities many of my kind lack. You have potential." Alex felt a surge of confidence. It was one thing to know humans were capable, another to hear it from someone like Mira, a being far more advanced, with powers beyond human imagination. They spent the next few hours preparing. Alex gathered items from the garage, the basement, and his school supplies. Flashlights, wires, mirrors, even simple spray bottles filled with water. Mira instructed him on how to use energy sources to amplify the effects, while she prepared defensive spells and signals that could detect approaching hunters. By afternoon, the city streets were eerily quiet. The sun peeked through the clouds, casting long shadows across rooftops. Mira and Alex climbed to the roof of his house, surveying the neighborhood. From this vantage point, Alex could see potential paths for the hunters, streets to block, and objects that could serve as traps. "They will come from above and below," Mira said, pointing to different rooftops. "They are efficient, but they do not anticipate creative resistance." "That is your strength, human," Alex nodded. "Then let's make sure we use it." As dusk approached, the first signs of the hunters appeared. Shadows moved along the rooftops faster than human eyes could track. Mira crouched low, blending with the dim light, while Alex positioned reflective surfaces and wires across alleys and stairwells below. The first hunter leapt from a rooftop toward them, eyes glowing faintly. Mira moved instantly, dodging with unnatural grace and striking to disable rather than harm. Alex activated a flashlight, reflecting the light off mirrors and blinding the hunter briefly. Confused, the alien stumbled, and Mira took advantage, forcing it back toward a trap Alex had set. A simple but clever pit covered with thin boards and debris. The hunter fell in, caught but unharmed. Alex felt a thrill. "It's working!" he shouted. Mira nodded, a small smile on her face. Yes, humans can surprise even the most advanced beings. More hunters appeared, faster and more coordinated this time. They moved with a precision that made the city seem like a battlefield. Mira and Alex worked seamlessly. Mira's abilities allowed her to move quickly and sense the hunter's energy, while Alex used his intelligence to set distractions and traps. At one point, a hunter landed behind Alex. He froze, unsure how to react. Mira appeared in a blur, intercepting the hunter and sending it crashing into a stack of crates. Alex felt awe and gratitude. Her power was unmatched, but her trust in him allowed them to act as a team. "You must trust your instincts," Mira shouted. "Humans are clever in ways my kind often ignores. Use what you know." Alex remembered his lessons about problem-solving and strategy. He grabbed a coil of wires and a metal rod, setting up a simple energy trap. When the next hunter approached, the wires sparked, startling it. Mira used the opportunity to disable it quickly. The battle raged through the night, but gradually the hunters began to falter. They had strength and speed, but humans, and Alex in particular, were unpredictable. Every trap, every clever maneuver forced the hunters to rethink their approach. Mira whispered quietly, "This is your strength, human. You think differently. You adapt." Alex felt proud, realizing that human potential was not just about courage, it was about imagination, resourcefulness, and resilience. Each success, small though it seemed, proved that even ordinary humans could stand against extraordinary opponents. As the last hunter retreated, defeated but alive, Alex and Mira collapsed onto the rooftop, breathing heavily. The city below was quiet once more, the lights of homes and street lamps flickering like stars. Mira turned to him, her expression serious. "You have shown me something remarkable tonight. Humans are not weak. They endure, they adapt, and they fight in ways my kind rarely expects. You, Alex, have proved that courage comes in many forms." Alex smiled, exhausted but exhilarated. "I guess humans are stronger than they seem." Mira nodded. "Yes, and now we must prepare for what comes next. The hunters will not forget this defeat. They will return stronger and more determined, but with your mind and my abilities, we can continue to resist them." Over the next few days, Alex and Mira reinforced their home and the surrounding area. They experimented with simple inventions using light, mirrors, and sound to create barriers and traps. Mira shared more about her abilities and her home planet, teaching Alex about energy flow, perception, and alien strategies. Alex, in turn, shared his knowledge of human engineering, physics, and logic. Together, they were a formidable team. One evening, as they rested on the rooftop, Mira spoke softly. "You have changed my view of humans. I once believed your species to be fragile, short-lived, and limited, but you are resourceful, courageous, and capable of extraordinary things when you choose to act. That is why I trust you." Alex felt a warmth in his chest. "And I trust you, Mira. You've shown me there's more to life than ordinary routines. You've made me believe humans can face anything." Mira smiled faintly, then looked toward the horizon. "The galaxy is larger than your world can imagine. Threats exist beyond Earth, and they do not respect boundaries. But humans like you can make a difference even where others fail." Just then, a sudden movement caught their attention. Shadows twisted along the rooftops faster than before. Alex's heart raced. Mira's eyes glowed faintly, her senses alert. "They're back," she whispered. "And this time they will not hesitate." Alex clenched his fists, ready. He realized that human ingenuity, courage, and determination were not just theoretical. They were real, powerful, and capable of shaping the outcome of battles even against alien forces. Mira was extraordinary, yes, but humans had their own strengths, hidden until the moment they were needed most. The hunters leapt into action, but Alex and Mira were ready. Lights flashed, wires sparked, and strategic traps activated with precision. Mira moved like a shadow, striking without hesitation, while Alex directed the flow of energy, predicting enemy movements and exploiting weaknesses. One hunter lunged at Mira, faster than any human could move, but Alex anticipated the attack. Using a combination of mirrors and reflective surfaces, he redirected the hunter's energy, forcing it off balance. Mira struck, incapacitating it without harm. Another hunter attacked from above, diving toward them, but Alex's traps triggered, creating a barrier of light and energy that confused the attacker. Mira seized the moment, neutralizing it with skill and precision. The battle continued for hours, each move calculated, each action a test of skill and strategy. By dawn, the last hunter retreated, leaving the city quiet once more. Alex and Mira stood together, exhausted but victorious. "You have done well," Mira said, her voice filled with admiration. "Humans are more than I imagined. You are clever, brave, and resilient. You have proven that your kind is capable of greatness." Alex smiled, feeling pride and accomplishment. "I guess humans can be strong after all." Mira's eyes glowed softly. "Strong, yes, but also clever, determined, and capable of surprise. These qualities, these are what make humans extraordinary. And you, Alex, have shown them all." For the first time, Alex understood something profound. Humans might not have supernatural powers, but their creativity, courage, and resourcefulness could rival the abilities of even the most advanced alien beings. And with Mira by his side, combining her powers with his ingenuity, they were a force to be reckoned with. As the first rays of sunlight broke over the city, Alex and Mira looked out at the horizon. They knew the battles were not over, but they also knew that together, humans and aliens could face challenges no one thought possible. And in that moment, Alex realized that ordinary humans were capable of extraordinary feats if they dared to act, think creatively, and trust in themselves. The city was unusually quiet that evening, as if holding its breath. Alex and Mira stood on the rooftop of his house, scanning the streets below. The distant hum of traffic was barely audible, and the sky was a deep shade of indigo dotted with stars. Something in the air felt different, charged, an unmistakable tension that told them the hunters were returning. "They've learned," Mira said quietly, her glowing eyes scanning the horizon. "They won't be careless this time. They will strike with full force." Alex tightened his jaw. "Then we need to be ready. Every trap, every plan, every bit of human creativity we have, they'll need it all." Mira nodded, a rare flicker of admiration in her expression. "Humans are clever. That is why I trust you, Alex. This time we must use everything we know. They are strong, yes, but predictable in ways humans can exploit." Over the next hour they moved quickly and efficiently. Alex organized the traps they had set around the neighborhood, reinforcing weak points, adding reflective surfaces, wires, and small devices that could amplify light and sound. Mira floated silently through the rooms, sensing energy patterns, adjusting protective wards, and preparing herself for direct confrontation. As night deepened, shadows began moving along the rooftops, fast, precise, and silent. The hunters had arrived, more numerous than before, their movements calculated and deadly. Alex's heart pounded, but he did not hesitate. He knew that human ingenuity and determination could rival even their speed and strength. "They are coming from multiple directions," Mira whispered. "You will need to anticipate their attacks. I can fight, but your mind, it is your weapon." Alex nodded, taking a deep breath. "Then let's do this." The first hunter leapt from a rooftop, moving toward Mira. She met it midair with extraordinary speed, striking to disable without causing lasting harm. At the same time, Alex triggered a series of reflective surfaces positioned along the alley below. Light flashed in unexpected patterns, confusing another hunter, and forcing it to stumble into a trap Alex had prepared, a net of wires connected to a small energy device. The hunters were fast, but Alex had learned their patterns. He anticipated their moves, predicting where they would strike next, and adjusted his traps with careful precision. Mira moved alongside him, her abilities complementing his strategies. She could sense energy, move with incredible speed, and strike accurately. But Alex's creativity gave them an edge the hunters did not expect. One hunter charged directly at Alex. He froze for a second, then remembered the reflective mirrors set up nearby. Acting quickly, he aimed a flashlight into one, creating a sudden burst of light that disoriented the hunter. Mira struck simultaneously, forcing it to retreat. Alex felt a rush of pride. His human ingenuity, combined with Mira's powers, was a force the hunters could not overcome. Another hunter approached from above, diving toward them. Mira moved in a blur, striking it mid-air, but this one was stronger, faster. Alex realized he had to think quickly. He grabbed a nearby metal pipe and swung it to trigger one of the devices he had set up. Small sparks flew, creating a barrier that slowed the hunter down. Mira took the opportunity to immobilize it, using precise energy control to restrain rather than harm. Hours passed like minutes. The hunters came relentlessly, striking in waves, testing their defenses. But Alex and Mira's teamwork grew stronger with each encounter. Mira's abilities were extraordinary, yes, but it was Alex's unpredictable thinking, his ability to see patterns and exploit weaknesses, that turned the tide. "Alex," Mira shouted over the chaos, "you must continue thinking ahead. Anticipate, adapt, and act." Alex nodded, sweat on his brow. "I'm doing it," he called back. He adjusted one of the traps, linking wires to a reflective surface and a small energy device. The next hunter approached, confident in its attack, but Alex's setup sent it stumbling into the ground trap. Mira moved immediately to restrain it, her movements fluid and precise. The remaining hunters began to hesitate. Their precision was impressive, but Alex's ingenuity and Mira's abilities were unmatched when combined. Every trap they encountered, every unexpected move, forced them to rethink their strategy. Human creativity had given them an advantage no alien technology could predict. During a brief pause, Mira glanced at Alex. "You have surpassed expectations," she said. "Many humans lack courage and imagination, but you embody both. You have shown me that your species is capable of greatness in ways even advanced beings cannot anticipate." Alex felt a surge of pride. "I guess humans are stronger than we realized," he said, catching his breath. "Not just in body, but in mind and spirit." Mira smiled faintly, her glowing eyes softening. "Exactly. Strength comes in many forms. You have shown me that humans' true power lies in resilience, creativity, and the will to act." The hunters were regrouping for a final strike, stronger and more determined than ever. Alex and Mira knew this would be their toughest challenge yet. They quickly devised a new plan, combining everything they had learned over the past days. Reflective surfaces, energy barriers, and quick maneuvers would be used in tandem with Mira's extraordinary abilities to outsmart the hunters once and for all. The first wave attacked, and the plan went into action. Light reflected in confusing patterns, forcing the hunters to stumble. Energy barriers blocked direct strikes while Mira moved like a shadow, intercepting each hunter with precision. Alex adjusted traps in real time, predicting the hunters' moves and turning their strength against them. One hunter charged directly at Mira, its speed terrifying. Alex's quick thinking came into play. He triggered a series of mirrors that reflected light into the hunter's eyes, disorienting it. Mira struck, sending it retreating to regroup. Another hunter leapt from above, but Alex had prepared an energy net. It struck the hunter mid-air, slowing its descent, and Mira immobilized it without harm. The final battle was intense, a combination of speed, strategy, and courage. Alex and Mira worked seamlessly, each complementing the other's strengths. Humans' creativity and unpredictability clashed with alien power, and the result was astounding. The hunters, powerful as they were, could not overcome the combined force of ingenuity and extraordinary abilities. At last, the final hunter retreated, leaving the city quiet once more. Alex and Mira stood together on the rooftop, breathing heavily but victorious. The sun began to rise, casting a warm glow over the city, illuminating their victory. "You have done well, Alex," Mira said softly, her eyes glowing with admiration. "Humans are more than I imagined. You have proven that courage, intelligence, and creativity can overcome even the greatest challenges. You are extraordinary." Alex smiled, exhausted but proud. "I guess humans really can stand against anything, especially when we work together." Mira nodded. "Yes. And now we have shown the hunters that humans are not to be underestimated. Your species is capable of remarkable things when it chooses to act." For the first time, Mira's usual aloofness softened completely. She looked at Alex with genuine respect and trust. "You have changed my perception of your kind. I came to Earth as an observer, but now I see humans as allies, as equals in the struggle for survival and understanding." Alex felt a deep sense of accomplishment. He realized that bravery was not only physical, it was about thinking creatively, acting decisively, and standing firm in the face of danger. Humans might seem ordinary, but their minds and spirits were capable of extraordinary feats. As the first rays of sunlight broke over the city, Alex and Mira looked out at the horizon. The battle was won, but the universe was vast, filled with unknown threats. Yet Alex felt ready. Together, human ingenuity and Mira's extraordinary abilities had overcome incredible odds. And together they could face whatever came next. Mira placed a hand on Alex's shoulder. Humans are capable of great things, Alex. You have shown me that even the most ordinary among you can rise to greatness. That is what makes your species extraordinary. Alex nodded, feeling a mixture of pride, relief, and determination. Then we'll face the future together. No matter what comes, humans can and will stand strong. They remained on the rooftop for a while, watching the city wake up. The streets were filled with ordinary people, unaware of the battle that had taken place above them. Yet Alex knew the truth. Humans were capable of extraordinary feats, and the world was ready for them to rise to the challenges ahead. And with Mira by his side, Alex felt certain that humans could face even the most advanced threats in the universe. The battle had ended, but the adventure was only beginning. The courage, creativity, and ingenuity of humans had been proven, and Alex knew that together with Mira, they could accomplish far more than anyone had ever imagined. The city was calm in the early morning light. After the intense battles of the previous nights, a quiet sense of normalcy returned. Birds chirped, the distant hum of traffic filled the streets, and people went about their day unaware that above them, a human and an alien had faced dangers that few could imagine. Alex sat on the rooftop of his house, gazing at the sunrise. Mira stood beside him, her silver hair glowing softly in the morning light. Both were quiet, reflecting on everything that had happened, the battles, the threats, and the unexpected alliance between them. "You've changed a lot, Alex," Mira said softly. "You have proven that humans are not weak. You are resourceful, brave, and full of creativity. Your species, it is stronger than I realized." Alex smiled faintly, feeling both pride and humility. "I guess humans really can do more than we think. We might not have powers like yours, but we have minds, courage, and determination. That counts for a lot." Mira nodded. "It does. More than you know. I came to Earth as a visitor, hiding, observing. I thought humans were fragile and limited. But you have changed my perception entirely. Humans are capable of greatness, and now I see the potential for our cooperation." Alex looked at her thoughtfully. "So, what happens now? The hunters are gone, but there might be more threats in the future." Mira's eyes softened. "Yes, there may be. But humans like you can face them. Your creativity, ingenuity, and courage make you valuable allies. Together we can prepare for whatever comes next." Over the following days, Alex and Mira worked together to improve the city's safety. They set up early warning systems using a combination of human technology and Mira's energy sensing. Streets were mapped for optimal escape routes and safe zones. Alex taught Mira how to understand human patterns of behavior, crowds and traffic, so they could anticipate how threats might move. Mira, in turn, taught Alex how to sense energy fluctuations, predict movements, and use the environment in ways that humans would never imagine. Their collaboration became seamless, human ingenuity paired with alien ability, a partnership stronger than either could achieve alone. One afternoon, as they rested in a small park, Mira spoke again. "Alex, I have been thinking. Humans are often overlooked in the galaxy. Many advanced beings assume you are weak, short-lived, or predictable. But I have seen something else. You adapt, you create, and you endure. You are extraordinary." Alex chuckled softly. "I think people take that for granted. Humans don't always see their own potential. We just do what we can to survive, to improve things." "That is exactly why your species is special," Mira replied. "It is quiet, subtle, yet powerful. Strength does not always roar. Sometimes it thinks, plans, and acts with purpose. You have proven that in ways I could never forget." Alex felt a warmth in his chest. Mira's words were not just praise, they were recognition. Humans, often underestimated by the galaxy, had a chance to shine, to show what they were truly capable of. A week later, a small celebration of their victory took place in Alex's neighborhood, not a public one, but private. Mira and Alex had managed to keep the presence of the hunters hidden from ordinary humans. But those who had witnessed small incidents in the city, lights flashing, minor disturbances, now understood that something extraordinary had happened. Alex's neighbors noticed his calm confidence, his ability to think clearly under pressure, and quietly admired him without fully understanding why. Mira explained a little to them about the importance of teamwork, human ingenuity, and courage. She carefully omitted details about her alien nature, keeping the story safe, but the lesson was clear. Humans could achieve extraordinary things, even when faced with powerful threats. Alex found himself thinking about the future. Humans might not have alien powers, but they had other gifts: creativity, strategy, collaboration, and heart. In combination with beings like Mira, humans could rise to challenges that seemed impossible. One evening, as they watched the stars from the rooftop again, Mira turned to Alex. "You have taught me more than I ever expected. I thought I was here to observe, to survive, but I have learned from you, from humans. You are capable of inspiring hope, courage, and resilience. That is something my species rarely sees in others." Alex smiled. "And I've learned from you too. You've shown me that there's more to the universe than we imagine, and that humans can stand strong even when faced with the unknown. That's powerful." Mira's eyes glowed faintly in the twilight. Powerful, yes, but also meaningful. Humans have something that many beings lack: heart, determination, and the ability to act creatively under pressure. "That is why I chose to trust you," Alex nodded. "And I'll continue to learn, continue to improve. Not just for me, but for everyone. Humans have potential and we should use it." Days turned into weeks. Mira began interacting more openly with the humans in Alex's neighborhood, carefully to avoid frightening them. She revealed some of her abilities, helping in small ways, restoring broken electronics, assisting in emergencies, and using her powers to aid the community. People were amazed, but more importantly, they began to understand the message Mira had conveyed. Humans could rise to challenges and make a difference. Alex continued to grow in confidence. He organized small exercises and strategies with his friends, teaching them how to think creatively, solve problems, and work together. Humans did not need alien powers to achieve greatness. They needed courage, imagination, and determination. Mira watched him with pride. "You have become a leader, Alex. Not because of your strength, but because of your mind, your creativity, and your spirit. Humans like you are rare, but they show the galaxy what your kind is truly capable of." Alex smiled. "I think all humans can do this. We just need the chance, the encouragement, and someone to believe in us." "And now you have both," Mira replied. "You have learned from me, and I have learned from you. That is the start of something important, something that can change the way the galaxy sees humans." One night, as they watched the stars, a subtle pulse of energy passed through the city. Mira sensed it immediately, alerting Alex. "Something is coming," she said. "A new threat, perhaps. But I believe humans can face it, especially if they work together." Alex's eyes glowed with determination. "Then we'll be ready. Humans have heart, courage, and creativity. We won't back down," Mira nodded. "Yes. And with humans like you, the universe will never underestimate your kind again." As the stars twinkled above, Alex and Mira looked toward the horizon, knowing that new adventures awaited. Humans had proven their potential, and with guidance, collaboration, and courage, they could rise to face any challenge. The city below continued its quiet life, unaware of the battles won and the lessons learned. But Alex and Mira knew the truth. Humans were capable of extraordinary feats, and their journey was just beginning. Together they would explore the limits of courage, creativity, and the human spirit. Mira finally spoke, her voice soft but full of certainty. "The galaxy is vast, Alex, and humans are often underestimated. But I have seen what your species can do. I have seen your strength, ingenuity, and heart. That is why I remain here by your side, to continue learning, helping, and protecting." Alex felt a sense of purpose he had never known before. "Then let's keep going. Humans can achieve great things, and together we can face whatever comes our way. No matter how big, no matter how unknown." Mira's eyes glowed warmly, reflecting the first light of dawn. "Yes, Alex, humans can rise, and now I know they will." As the sun fully rose, casting light across the city, Alex and Mira stood together. Humans had been tested, their creativity and courage proven. The universe had witnessed the potential of ordinary beings achieving extraordinary feats. And Alex knew one thing for certain: the story of humans was far from over. The adventure had just begun, and the galaxy had yet to see the full strength of humanity. Together, human and alien, they would face the challenges ahead. Together they would show the universe that humans, though seemingly ordinary, were capable of greatness beyond imagination. And as the day began, the city unaware of the extraordinary events above, Alex and Mira smiled, ready for whatever the future might bring.